everyone, my name is Gaurav Yadav and today I am going to tell you about the Agni Purana. What if I told you that there's an ancient text which tells you on how to win a war or how to recover your body? Welcome to Agni Purana. It is one of the 18 Mahapuranas and it is one of the most practical texts written in the Sanskrit language. Let's look at why Agni Purana is still relevant thousands of years later.
Thousands of years ago in ancient India, the crackling flame was viewed as a piece of high-speed communication technology, a direct functional link to the cosmos. These ancient engineers recorded their findings in a massive text called the Agni Purana. This book serves as a comprehensive operating manual for the entire universe, detailing everything from temple architecture to the laws of medicine. The narrator of this cosmic manual is Agni, the god of fire. Agni serves a very specific purpose. He is the delivery system. In this tradition, fire takes physical offerings from the human world and instantly transmits them into the divine realm. To understand how this universe actually functions, we have to start by learning how to listen to the fire. When Agni transmits a message, it is received by Lord Vishnu, the supreme administrator of reality. Vishnu acts as the universe's primary protector. His job is to maintain the delicate balance of all living ecosystems and prevent creation from sliding back into chaos. But how does a cosmic deity manage something as vast as reality? And what does his divine job description have to do with the lives of humans on Earth? To find the answer, we have to look at what happens when the universe's operating system faces a total crash. When a crisis grows too large for the system to handle, Vishnu uses an avatar. Think of this as a targeted software update. Vishnu downloads a portion of his power into a physical form on Earth to manually fix a severe imbalance. One of these updates began with a tiny, seemingly helpless fish that begged a human king for protection. The king saved the fish, but it grew with impossible speed until it outgrew the ocean itself. This was Matsya, the first avatar of Vishnu. When a global flood threatened to wipe out all existence, this giant fish acted as a cosmic rescue vessel, towing a boat filled with the foundational seeds of life to safety. The intervention of the avatar is always precisely scaled to the magnitude of the disaster. We see this scaling again during a second cosmic crisis. The gods and demons were attempting to churn the ocean to extract the nectar of immortality, using a massive mountain as their churning rod. Halfway through, the mountain began to sink into the ocean floor, threatening to drag the entire mission down with it. Vishnu intervened as the Kurma avatar, a giant tortoise. He swam to the bottom and let the mountain rest on his back, providing a solid foundation that could never be shaken. These stories aren't just myths about monsters. They are allegories for structural support. They show how a system actively preserves itself by providing whatever foundation is missing. These macro-level rescues reveal the underlying logic of the universe's own immune system. We rarely deal with global floods or sinking mountains. Our chaos is personal. So how does an individual manage their own daily imbalances? This brings us back to the fire. In the Agni Purana, Agni is the interface, the tool that allows humans to communicate directly with that cosmic administration. The text explains that ritual isn't a magic trick, it's a logical system. Every measurement of a temple and every offering placed in the flame is a way to format a message for the divine. Making an offering acts mechanically, like sending a direct signal to the system's center, asking for the same stabilization Vishnu provides at the macro scale. Human rituals are the micro equivalent of an avatar's rescue, designed to keep your personal system running smoothly within the larger universe. The text leads us through two types of knowledge, worldly knowledge and supreme knowledge. The worldly knowledge, the strict rules for rituals, architecture, and medicine, serves as training for the human mind. By following these precise cosmic rules, you aren't just performing a task, you are quieting your own internal chaos. You are mapping the architecture of your own awareness to the structure of the universe itself. This alignment reveals a profound truth. the noise of the self fades, and you suddenly perceive the core energy of the system. You realize the same spark that saved the world as a giant fish is exactly what powers your own consciousness. The Agni Purana uses these rituals to help you realize that you aren't just a witness to the universe. You are an intimate, functioning part of its entire design. Look at this cover. With its fire-breathing deity riding a ram, what would you think is inside? It's the Agni Purana. The standard assumption is straightforward. This is a strictly religious text, a thick volume of cosmic origin stories, rituals, and prayers. But treating this text purely as theology obscures its original intent. Behind the mystical wrapper, it's a highly organized technical manual for building a society. We don't have to guess at its purpose, because the preface, the Namra Nivedan, states it directly. It defines the Agni Purana as a Vishwakosh. That literally means an encyclopedia. The table of contents confirms this. Hidden behind the mythological title is a sprawling, multi-column index organizing thousands of topics. Scan these headers. You'll find rules for divine worship right next to massive sections on civil engineering, military strategy, human anatomy, and linguistics. Strip away the religious framing, and the Agni Purana reveals itself as a blueprint. It's an ancient guide to the physical and social engineering of an advanced civilization. If you read the opening chapters, you'll find what the cover promises: the familiar epic stories of avatars like Rama, the fish incarnation Matsya, and the tortoise incarnation Kurma. But this familiar mythology acts as a Trojan horse. In an era where sacred stories were the primary way to transmit culture, they were the perfect container to carry deeper, secular information. Halfway through the book, the cosmic tales abruptly stop. The stories of gods churning the ocean are replaced by highly specific mathematical instruction manuals for daily life. The text dives into the physical sciences of Vastu, Prasad Lakshan, and Nagar Nirman, the disciplines of architecture and urban planning. It provides strict geometric rules for how buildings must be oriented and constructed. These geometric rules provided the technical foundations for the massive temple complexes that defined the ancient landscape. These rules scale up to the level of entire city grids. The text dictates the mathematical layout for markets, walls, and roads to ensure the city functions as a single, efficient machine. A functioning city requires a healthy population, so the Agni Purana includes extensive chapters on Ayurveda and human anatomy, detailing specific medical treatments and surgeries. It even covers veterinary science, with specialized chapters like Gaj Chikitsa for elephant medicine and Ashwa Chikitsa for horses, the vital components of an ancient economy and military. With the inclusion of Dhanurveda for warfare and Rajniti for politics, the book serves as a complete manual for defending and governing a state. Alongside its spiritual practices, the blueprint also addresses the cultural software of the civilization. This includes the strict mechanics of high culture, grammar, dramaturgy, and the mathematics of poetry, known as chant. These artistic chapters use the same precision as the architectural blueprints. They treat language and art as structural sciences, governed by rhythmic, mathematical meters. The Agni Purana offers a 360-degree curriculum. It maps out both the physical infrastructure and cultural identity required for a society to thrive. To understand why these sciences were bundled with religion, we have to look at the ancient concept of vidya. In this worldview, there was no hard line between para, spiritual knowledge, and apara, scientific knowledge. This contrasts with our modern tendency to violently separate science from religion. The Agni Purana reveals a different strategy. Ancient scholars used sacred religious texts as indestructible hard drives to back up their civilization's progress. By wrapping fragile scientific data in sacred myths, they ensured the knowledge would be protected for millennia, surviving the collapse of physical empires. This challenges how we view history. When looking at ancient religious texts, we must look past the theology to find the hidden blueprints of human achievement. It makes you wonder, what other scientific breakthroughs remain untranslated and ignored, simply because they are bound in the pages of a holy book?
The Agni Purana shows how smart the ancient world really was. If you liked this information, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.